Bitcoin is creating another CME gap over the course of this weekend, and on today's video I'm gonna be exactly talking about what I think the next move is going to be for Bitcoin. There is some major breaking news happening in the market right now here you really need to know about, because next week will be a massive week for crypto and it's gonna be make or break next week. So on today's video I'm gonna be talking exactly about that, the most important Bitcoin charts that are telling us something about where we should be looking out for whatever is going to be playing out next week. I'm obviously going to be talking about some major opportunities that currently are occurring in the market right now here. I'm going to be talking about that and more opportunities currently are aligning in the market right now here. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So of course, over the course of the weekend so far, nothing very special has happened on the price action, but what we clearly have seen is some very big news hitting the market. I mean, first of all, Elon Musk started to follow the pro-crypto, the pro-Bitcoin senator, Cynthia Lummis. So maybe Elon Musk knows something about what is about to be happening next year. And honestly, that just very much excites me a lot here. And of course, like we do know in the US right now, we have a lot of states filing for a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which is ultimately extremely bullish. Some states are very close by getting it. And what we also got here is that more and more senators and more people from certain states in the United States of America are publicly speaking out on Bitcoin and are publicly very bullish and want to get Bitcoin and crypto towards their state. Just like Texas Senator Cross says he wants Texas to be the oasis for Bitcoin and crypto. And more importantly, next week, like we know, and I discussed on yesterday's video, we are going to get the White House Crypto Summit, and it will be happening on March 7. And crypto Caesar David Sachs, he said something very interesting, and there's an extremely big chance that he is going to be announcing the plan on how to get the strategic Bitcoin reserve on that exact summit in the White House. So honestly, this week, or not this week, next week is going to be extremely exciting. I mean, March 7 is literally here in 5 days, so it's going to be happening on Thursday. Let's see what is going to be playing out on the market. I honestly do believe this potentially could be something major for the cryptocurrency market. And of course, if this is going to be happening, it could definitely mark the reversal point of Bitcoin, because such kind of a catalyst could send Bitcoin much higher. So indeed, right now we're in a slight little dip, but that of course could reverse the momentum. Then on the imminent short term, we're still creating a CME gap here. We can clearly see that we're trading a little bit above it, but of course you do know my expectations, what I think about CME gaps. I talked about it so many times and also on yesterday's video. Then of course we'll create the bullish divergence. Bitcoin bounces ever so slightly higher. On the liquidity heat map, we can see that there's not necessarily a major amount of liquidity below us or above us. And that really shows us that we don't know exactly which direction in terms of the liquidity Bitcoin is exactly going to be moving towards. On that symmetrical triangle, we broke down, hit our price target. We didn't hit the major level of support. We just bounced a little bit earlier. And it was, of course, that previous low in the market, which was exactly right here. Now, if I'm going to be looking at the imminent short term on the 4-hourly time frame, really what I'm going to be taking very seriously on Bitcoin right now here is that, of course, as soon as we do break above the previous high in the market, then I do think we're going to be seeing a bigger continuation higher. But if we do see a rejection, we could still just see another move towards the downside, because then we're just seeing another bearish retest. So for me, the $89,000 is going to be an extremely important level for Bitcoin to be breaking above of. And guys, if you right now want to be trading Bitcoin, but you don't necessarily have a lot of experience, the best way to do so right now is on Pionex and open up your own trading bots here. Because if you right now sign up an account, use the highest link below, guys, to Pionex. First of all, if you deposit the $100, you get a free $100 to trade with. And yeah, you can set it in very interesting trading bots that automatically trade for you. And that ultimately is a very great strategy. Soon I will also drop some trading bots I am using myself, so you can literally copy it and literally make profit from that here. But make sure to already sign up an account using the link below, guys. You can check out and get familiar with the exchange, because honestly, this is very revolutionized. And honestly, there's no other exchange that has these trading bots like Pionex. So it very is a unique exchange here. So if you're interested in that, check it out in the link description of today's video. Further on, of course, it is right now weekend. We are not seeing any ETF inflow or, of course, outflow, which we have seen a lot in the most recent weeks here. And yeah, of course, this is going to be coming back tomorrow once again here, because today we do not see any inflows. Then, of course, I'm going to be looking at some very important and interesting charts. We can see right now that we are having a major correction, but this is just a very normal thing to be seeing in bull markets like these here. And also, if we're looking at the Bitcoin drawdown analysis, usually whenever the drawdown is about 20% or more, it's a very interesting zone of accumulating, and that is also personally my strategy right now here. You can see also on the fear and greed index, we're right now hitting lows not seen since 2002 in the pandemic crash year. We are right now even having lower levels of fear than the FTX collapse, which is of course quite insane if you'd ask me here. Then also, if we do look at the Bitcoin price action compared to 2021, that previous consolidation phase, it does look a lot similar towards what we created back then. And if we are going to create something similar than that, we're going to be, of course, having some very excited times ahead of ourselves here. And historically as well, for the last 4 years, March has been super bullish for Bitcoin, and hopefully it's going to be the same this time around here. At least historically, March has been very strong in the last 4 years here. And just like I discussed yesterday as well here, a lot of people have recently sold off their Bitcoin against a major loss here. And ultimately, if a lot of people are selling off their Bitcoin against a loss, while this is of course sad for those people that are selling against a loss, it is a very bullish signal in the market, because more people that are panic selling their Bitcoin against a loss are ultimately going to be ending up buying back higher. And those times, whenever that happens, is usually a very big buy signal. And also it shows you that all the sellers that are actually a little bit afraid, that are not willing to hold, are out of the market. And this is also old news that I also discussed in yesterday's video, but I just do want to be pointing it out that Ethereum Foundation is working hard on a new structure of advisors to, of course, keep the core values of Ethereum. And of course, Trump owns a lot of Ethereum. And recently, he's been just accumulating more and more. And you can see this is what I posted yesterday. Yesterday, he was still accumulating more Ethereum. It weren't necessarily extreme large amounts, but he's still accumulating the dip here. So honestly, I'm super excited for what is currently happening. The Trump Foundation is buying a lot of Ethereum. And honestly, if I just look at this level where we're currently sitting in, and if we look at this consolidation phase here, it really looks like a Wyckoff accumulation zone here. For the ones that are not familiar with the Wyckoff accumulation, it's basically a major reaccumulation phase, and that is currently exactly what we're in here. And usually what you tend to see is that you tend to create 3 or 4 lows, hits on the lows, before you are going to be finding finally that bottom. So here you can see 2, here another 2, 4, 5, 6. So we're seeing 6 touches already on the lower side. And honestly, this is just a very interesting reaccumulation phase. And this is clearly the major level of support where Ethereum bounces from every single time very strongly. And that is why I'm just so interested on accumulating Ethereum. Also, you can still approach it from the upward sloping support line as well. And it does make a lot of sense that we're going to be finding at least some major support on the level where we're currently sitting on. I mean, Bitcoin, if we're going to get that strategic reserve, is of course going to be performing well here. And ultimately, that's going to be dragging Ethereum as well back towards the upside. So I'm excited for Ethereum. I'm excited for this reaccumulation phase. I'm excited for this one really to be pushing back higher. And I am personally accumulating heavy amounts of Ethereum at this region right now here. So ultimately, we're still in a major reaccumulation phase. And this was it for me in today's update video. I mean, it's Sunday. There's not a lot of stuff happening. If there's going to be any news hitting the market, of course, you do know that you should be following me on Twitter, because I am literally the fastest news source out there in the entire industry. And everyone is literally copying my tweets because, I've got the greatest sources in the market right now. And that is why I can be so quick with releasing news on Twitter. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, with, of course, notification enabled. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.